So SHFiguarts Dragon Ball Z has been around for roughly 12 years, and we are now just getting first form Cell. 3 Perfect Cell releases later, 10 years from the initial Perfect Cell release, and here is the first form transformation of him, finally. It's a long time coming, guys, and I'm just super excited that we're finally here. Hopefully this means that we can finally complete all of the transformations for Cell, and we can get the second form as well. But here we have him. It's a regular release, just released in Japan. There's the side. There's the back side. Now he is displayed with a rock. I don't think he comes with that rock. Yeah, it's sold separately. It says it right there. So, that's kind of annoying. They should have just included that. But there's the other side. Let's crack them open. Also, check this out. No more paper instruction booklet. They're putting it on the actual box, on the inside flap of the box. So that's brand new. They've never done that before. Alright, Cell stands about 7 inches and a quarter to the very top of this horn there. And although the box says first form Cell, this Cell is actually called Imperfect Cell. I don't know why they went with first form Cell, but they did. This is Imperfect Cell. His second form is Semi-Perfect Cell, and his final form is Perfect Cell. Just letting you know the actual names of the forms, because they decided to list it as first form, which is true. It is the first form, but I like to go with Imperfect Cell. So I am very pleased with the outcome of this figure. Here you can see all of the sculpting on his skin or shell of his body. They painted all of the little black spots that he has all over his body, and those are also sculpted. So it's got like a little bit of a texture to it. And the paint job on this guy is awesome. You can see the orange here. It's like a little gradient orange. It goes from that light orange to a darker orange. I like that effect there. Painted crotch piece orange. The mouthpiece is painted. The eyes are painted. The back of the head here, you can see the same effect with the paint job there. Pretty clean, and you can see all those spots on the back side of the figure where his little wings are. So that's very dope. Going down to the legs, same deal here. Painted toenails. A lot of good paint on this figure, and it's nice seeing that because lately they have been using plastic mold for everything. The only thing that's plastic mold here is the green. Everything else on top of the green is painted. Now the blue is plastic mold within, but it looks great. No issues there. So overall, I'm really liking it. And proportion wise, I think it's pretty accurate. Imperfect Cell has this very weird, anatomy. His arms are long. He is lanky. He is very slim. Legs are very slim here. And I think they captured it pretty accurately. The arms really do go down to his knees. So that's pretty accurate there. So I'm digging it. The only thing I don't like too much is he's got a little bit of a gappage going on the shoulders. If I can get it to focus, you can see there a little bit better. Yeah, really no way around that. No way in hiding it. It's not too bad. You can even see a screw right there. A little, that's where the butterfly joint kind of works. So it is what it is, but he's so skinny that they really couldn't hide that, and that kind of bugs me. It looks ugly. You can see it on the other side as well. So it's very noticeable once you start looking at it, but from the front, you won't really see it unless you really look for it. And another thing would be the ball joints on the wrist. They're a tad bit big. They're okay, but they're just a tad bit big. I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, it's a big old ball on his wrist, and it just has to do with the fact that he's very slim and skinny. And these are really minor nitpicks, but it is something that kind of stuck out to me when I was looking at the figure. All right, now he does come with the tail detached from the back side, so out of the box you're gonna have to attach that, and here it is right here. And it's not a bendy wire tail or anything like that, but we do get hinges and ball joints here, so you can articulate it. But let's go ahead and plug that in and see how that looks. Alright, so there we go. And of course he is missing the end of it because it does come in pieces, but that's the main piece you want to attach. And then you have the option here to attach the regular piece of the end of the tail or attach the absorbing piece of the end of the tail so you can absorb somebody with it. So we'll start off with the normal one. And that plugs in very easily, and you can see how that looks there. And then there is the absorbing end of the tail there, which is an awesome add-on. I really am happy that they included this. Lots of fun factor with that. I can see a lot of creative things there. Only thing is that this end piece should have really been a little thicker, like to really make it seem like there was a body going in. If they would have made this a little fatter and thicker, like there was something getting absorbed, really, it would look nicer. But um, you know, it is what it is. We got this end piece here. This is like maybe before the person gets absorbed, like he's about to get somebody maybe. Now here you could try to put it over the shoulder and pose them up with the tail like kind of, you know, like that. But then to get it to go over the shoulder just seems a little awkward, and then it also breaks up the illusion here. You can see the black end of it is there. If you line everything up, then you really can't get it over the shoulder the way it's, you know, the way it's all posed up and fixed. Now, if you display it on the other side, it's a little bit better. You can see that the line work kind of lines up a little easier. Now, the tail does add weight to him, so it does make him a little bit back heavy, and he will lean back quite a bit. So you're going to have to give him a slight lean forward to stand him up on his own. It is doable, but he will have a slight slant to him. So it's not terrible, though. It's not like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, that's for sure. Alright, so this is the normal head sculpt out of the box. Alright, and then we have this face with the mouth opened, but it is not completely open, it's slightly opened. Now the next face I had to take a double look at because I felt like I got a duplicate of this face because it looks literally exactly the same. I mean, I don't see any difference. And here's the other face. Honestly, this is kind of crazy. Like, there is a subtle difference, but I really don't see what they're going for here. Right now, I'm kind of flipping back and forth between the two images, and you can kind of see a difference in the eyes, right around the cheek area, and slightly the mouth, but it's so subtle. Was it really necessary? You know, was this faceplate really necessary? I think they could have gone and given us something drastically different, but I think the only thing that changed here are the pupils. You could definitely see the pupils moving around. They're in different spots. And then just the wrinkles on the face and the mouth is just slightly different. Now there is also a separate headpiece here, which is, I'm not even lying, it seems like it's the exact same piece. Again, I even measured it from point to point. It's exactly 6 centimeters on each one, so it's not like one is wider than the other. But what is different is the brow, if that makes sense. So the end of it here that goes above the eye, that is the difference in the two headpieces. So very subtle, but that is meant for, I can only assume, the final head or faceplate, which is the yelling faceplate right here. Pretty nuts that they, go into this much detail. Here is the open mouth face with the regular headpiece that we've been seeing the entire time, and now let's go ahead and swap it for the other headpiece. And here we go. So as I suspected, it is just the brows. They're slightly raised up. This one's meant for this face plate for sure. So these are the hands he comes with packed in. We got the pair of fists. Then we get some open hands with the fingers curled like it's about to grab somebody. Then we have these, which are open hands once again, but they're a little bit more aggressive. And then wide open hands here, so you can have him either say hello, or he can be blasting somebody. And then lastly, the fifth pair of hands, we have some open, calm hands here. Now the head will move up all the way with some assistance from that neck, because it is a separately articulated neck. He does look all the way down. He looks left and right, no problem. Got some nice, pretty deep head tilting. So the head motion is perfect. It's awesome. It's super tight to the point where it's moving the neck with it, but you can hold down the neck and move the head only if you wish. Arms are going to move up. Now the arms are a little tight on mine. It gets a little scary because I have seen breakages on other figures, not this specific cell, but other figures before from other people, not from me. So just be careful if it's that tight. So he does move his arms all the way up, go all the way down. Of course, I did kind of show you guys that butterfly joint, but it's pretty deep. So you can see he can extend his arms all the way across his body. Good range. And then his little shoulder pad is on a hinge, so it doesn't hinder anything when you move the arms outwards, which goes all the way up like crazy. So that's really what that's for. And then we have a bicep swivel. double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrist with a ball jointed hinge at the wrist, diaphragm joint at the lower torso, swivels. You can tilt him, twist him, swivel, all that good stuff, crunch him forward, and then there's also a ball jointed waist, so it does swivel and move all the way around as well. Legs are going to kick forward pretty far up, and they go back down. They go in and out as far as his sculpt on his thighs allow him to. So he does have that weird design on his thighs, which is his design. So really no way around that unless they would have hinged it, but that would have looked very ugly if they hinged that right there. We do get a thigh swivel. We get a double jointed knee, bends all the way back. Down to the ankle, we get the hinge, we get the rocker, we get the swivel. No toe hinge because his toes are gigantic, you can see here. So his feet look pretty crazy, and then we do get the serial numbers and stuff on the bottom of the feet. This is made in Vietnam, not the China factory, so keep that in mind. So far, it's no problems here, really no issues. So, of course, the wings are hinged as I showed earlier, so they go all the way out like that. So I know this looks a little crazy at the moment because it seems like Perfect Cell is shorter, and it's because he is, and he's meant to be shorter, so I think this looks great. Imperfect Cell is tall, taller than Perfect Cell, but he's not taller than Semi-Perfect Cell, so when they do make Semi-Perfect Cell, he should be slightly taller than Imperfect Cell. So he kind of goes from tall to taller to short when he comes down to Perfect Cell. Now with that being said, this is the premium color edition. This is like their third release. I don't know if this is the event exclusive or if this I lost track at this point. I think this is the event exclusive. I don't know. Anyways, this is the third time we got this same Perfect Cell repainted, and it's a great figure. I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I feel like we should get a 2.0 version of this Perfect Cell. I know we've gotten 3 already, and that's the last thing we need to get is another one. But if they remake him completely, new mold, new everything, I feel like it'll be better. I don't know. Hopefully, that's the idea, right? But if they don't, we have 3. We have 3 of them already, and I think it's fine. But if they're gonna go ahead and make Semi-Perfect Cell, maybe round it out and give us a 2.0 version of Perfect Cell as well, or maybe just a 100% full power Perfect Cell. And so here he is next to all the androids. We have Android 17, 16, and 18. And you can see here that Android 16 stands about almost the same height. Cell has a little bit more because of the top of his horns there. But if you're looking at their faces, 16 does stand slightly taller, which I think is okay. I think that's pretty accurate, although I still feel like he's a little undersized next to 17 and 18. So if anything, maybe they should have made these two just slightly bigger, or maybe these two slightly smaller. But overall, it's very nitpicking, it's very subtle and small, so I can live with it, and I feel like they still look great. And then I'll put him next to the Super Saiyan 2 Goku figure. This is the event exclusive, and I know this doesn't make sense because he doesn't turn Super Saiyan 2 against Cell. But just to get a Goku figure, this is the same body used among all Gokus. Next to Cell, you can see he does stand shorter as he should. Alright, and then we have Future Trunks, which was released many years ago when they were diving into some of the Cell Saga releases. And now it feels good to be back here. But now we can display our Future Trunks with our Imperfect Cell, or he does go Super Saiyan against him, so he does turn into this form, which is the same figure. He came with head swaps, so I know, I'm crazy. I did go ahead and buy a second figure just to have one in Super Saiyan form, and here he is. So now that looks great, and he doesn't turn into the Ascended Super Saiyan, that super yoked, jacked up Trunks up until he faces Semi-Perfect Cell, but maybe this is for a tease to come. Hopefully we do get Semi-Perfect Cell in the future, and I can finally display this Trunks next to Semi-Perfect Cell. But this is actually a third-party head sculpt. It's not official, but it's so damn nice that yeah, I got this done. So that will conclude my review of the Bandai Tamashii Nations SHFiguarts Dragon Ball Z Imperfect Cell figure, also known as First Form Cell. Overall, I'm just super happy that we finally got this form. Something I've been asking for a long time, along with Semi-Perfect Cell. Hopefully we will get that. I know I keep mentioning that, but at this point, he's the only one we're missing, so let's just get it done. I'm just really happy that this line is in such good hands with Tamashii. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on this figure. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and while you're down there, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you have not done so already. As always, everyone, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.